What's going on? So on this video, I want to reveal the secret to happiness. I know that depression is a very big topic, anxiety is a very big topic. So if you have been searching for something to perhaps, give you that spark, of happiness or joy, or maybe just get you on the right path of happiness and joy, then this video is going to be for you. This is definitely going to be for business owners, investors, entrepreneur types, because we have it hard in our industries, in our individual jobs. There's a lot to do, there's a lot of responsibility. So finding happiness outside of our work is really, really big. So this is going to be a big video for that. And yeah, let's get into it. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Market Maker TV, where we help entrepreneurs and investors become the best version of themselves. It's your boy Nemo, and today's topic is a good one. It's gonna, I gotta get kind of vulnerable here because, I kind of have to put myself, back where I used to be for a moment. So I thought that this video would be really important though, because yesterday I was on my, I was having my morning meditation, and I realized something really, really powerful. I think I realized the secret to happiness, and I haven't read that many books on the topic of happiness, but I have read a lot of books on just like, energy and, just like the power of the subconscious mind and so on and so forth. But I realized something super powerful yesterday that I was so excited that I was like, you know what, I gotta film a video on this, because if I share it and if it does help you, then I know that it's gonna be really powerful, because it changed my whole perspective on how I go about my life and what makes me happy. However, I do want to kind of get into like why I even feel qualified to talk about this. Because, I think it's really easy to get caught up into social media, followers, money, images, stuff like that. So I kind of want to share my story on being unhappy. I'm very happy at this point in my life, and I've been happy for years. But I wasn't always this way. And I want to kind of share a few things about my past that kind of led to all this. And then I'm going to share 3 things that are absolutely proven to help you become happier. And then I'm going to share the 3 things that I believe are the secret to happiness. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the first thing that most people that they do not know about me is I was diagnosed with bipolar depression at 7 years old. I used to just have like these outbursts where like I would just get really, really sad. And there's a lot of things going on in my life at the time that I'm not going to get into in this video, or I don't know if it's really necessary at this point because it's like so old. But at the time, like I didn't have like the most stable childhood, so I think that had a lot to do with it. So when I went to the doctor, they diagnosed me with bipolar depression. I had medicine, I had therapists, I had all that. And there was even a time, I think it was like 2nd and 3rd grade, I had to there's like a certain part of the day where I had to go out and like go to a separate class just for people that needed to like vent and, whatever. So like, it was like that bad, I kind of kept that belief that I was a depressed person for a lot of my teen years. And it got so bad that I tried to commit suicide at 16. I was working at Chuck E. Cheese, of all places, it's supposed to be a happy place. And I just couldn't take it anymore. And I overdosed on pills. I think I took 36 pills within like 5 to 7 minutes, and just got really bad, started blacking out, got rushed to the hospital, the works. So a lot of people don't know that about me, because I didn't tell anybody. Like, people heard about it like in high school and stuff, but I didn't tell anybody besides like, I think it was like 2-3 people came to visit me. It was like my good friend at the time, the girl I was talking to or something like that. And yeah, like it wasn't like something that I felt comfortable sharing. But now I don't care because, it's all good. And then another thing that people don't understand about being in my position is even though I'm relaxed and like I handle things well through a lot of practice, a lot of determination, a lot of focus, it comes with a lot of anxieties. And, a few years back, I suffered from heavy anxiety. I would wake up every single day to just this big ball, just like burning in my chest and throat, and it would kind of like rise up. And sometimes I still, sometimes it'll try to flare up every now and then. It feels like it's behind my eyes and like I can't like focus at all, and it got really, really bad. And that's actually what kind of transitioned me to the cannabis industry and why I started my farm, which is another topic, but I am helping people start their own cannabis business. So I'll put a link up to that in the description below. But, that it got really, really bad. My anxieties, like just waking up, seeing customer support tickets. And it was honestly like suffering from success. It wasn't that things were bad. It was suffering from success. And maybe you are someone like that as well. It's like, I mean, for me, like I think for the longest time, and I think still to this day, I suffer with it, coming from zero to, building everything from scratch, going through all my lessons. You kind of have to like, I think that's the true definition of generational curses. It's like not knowing what you don't know and having to break the past, like you making your mistakes and not beating yourself up from it. And still learning from it and like progressing, So I think that anxiety of losing it all kind of like is something within itself. And then two, just the anxieties of like having so many different responsibilities, learning different roles of like how to treat people, like that's been one thing for me is like I'm actually like, even though like I can sometimes have like a tough external, like I really care about people, and that's why I do videos like this and stuff. And like shifting from employee to boss was one of the like hardest transitions ever, like because you want them to be your friend, you want them to respect you, you want them to go hard for your business, you want them, you want the environment to be comfortable, like you want all these things to happen. And if you have a soft spot for people too, it makes it even harder, and you get those anxieties, so it's like it came with a lot. All right, so I wanted to share that I am just like you. I had the same problems, but at this point in my life, I have not felt depressed since I was 19 years old. I definitely no suicide attempts. I wake up every single day determined, ready to tackle the day. No, not every day is perfect. No, not every day I feel 110%, but I know that like life is good, that I have nothing to complain about at all. I've always been taken care of, life is great, so I want to get into first the 3 things that are proven to help you, and then my take on those 3 things, become happier. And then I'm going to get into my 3 secrets to happiness, and then number 3 on that list being the revelation, the epiphany that I had yesterday that I believe will change the game on how everybody approaches life if they watch this video. So let's get into it. So number 1 on this list, like proven to help you become happier, is going to be your diet. Now, I think that a lot of people overlook this one. I have a lot of friends, you know who you are, that overlook this one. Anytime I'm feeling down, I take a look at how I've been eating the last week or so. Like, am I eating a lot of sweets? Have I been drinking water? Anytime I feel like angsty, I'll check to make sure that I've been drinking water. There's a book that I really recommend, that a lot, like it ties in everything. It ties everything together, and it explains how important our diet is. Because a lot of people, they think like, oh, like, you know, I'm not happy because of my thoughts. And normally it's because we have these things called adrenal glands. They get exhausted through moments of stress, high stress in our lives. And I think everybody deals with high stress in their lives, whether it be financial or personal or, you know, just life events going through life together, you know. So it's a big one to check that out. So you want to definitely check out your diet. It's called the book is called Heal Your Body, Cure Your Mind by Dr. Amit. Her name is a little weird. It's Dr. Amit Agarwal. Okay, so I'll put a link to it in the description below. Second one on this list is going to be exercise. All right, if you are sitting on your butt all day and you're talking about you're unhappy, then I mean, get out and be active. Like, even if you got one thing that like me and my girl have been doing is we've been putting on like an exercise video on YouTube on the days that I don't go on my runs into the gym. We'll just do an exercise video on YouTube for 30 minutes. It's nothing to do that. Like, to just be like, you know what, like, I'm not feeling good right now. I'm gonna just do this for 30 minutes. If I'm still not feeling good after that, that's another thing, but at least I could try, okay? So a lot of people, I think they sit there hoping for things to get better, but exercise, it is proven to immediately change your mood. And then number 3, I think this one is a big one, and I think it's extremely overlooked, but the energy that you keep. Now, this is a big one that I really learned at towards the end of last year, how important this one is, like how important it is to my happiness. And having people in your corner that have like good energy for you is really important. And I say this like so seriously too, because this does not have limits. You know, this could be family members, this could be friends. It's hard to cut off family and like distance yourself from them, but like if you have to, you have to, because like good energy is so detrimental to your happiness. At this point, like, we can't deny energy. So if you have people that aren't actually supporting where you're trying to go, that is draining your energy, whether you know it or not. Whether you engage with it or not, those people are draining your energy if you're interacting with them, telling your plans, telling your dreams to them. Even if they're just a listening ear, if they're not a person that has a good energy for, like, I kind of look at it as like planting a seed. If you're not planting your seed in good soil, if it's dry, cracked soil, you can't expect anything to grow there. But if you're talking to a person that has good, nourished soil, they're gonna grow. Your ideas are gonna grow. Like, I talk to my life coach, I know he has the best interest for me in mind. Every time I tell him something and I tell him my plans and stuff, it's like they come to life faster. And it's not just because I'm telling him, it's because I'm putting it into good soil. It's someone that actually has my best interest in mind. Okay, now that we have gotten through the proven ways, I want to get into my ways on how I have found the secret to happiness. So number 1 on this list is running. So at one of the most like stressful moments of my life, like high stress, I didn't really know what to do. I was just like so overwhelmed, and I had so many things to do, and I couldn't see straight, you know, I couldn't think straight. And I had just gotten through a bad breakup and all that stuff. And the one thing that I got inspired to do was to sign up for a 5K. I think it was like at Thanksgiving that year, okay? I signed up for a 5K race on Thanksgiving, and it was about 6 weeks out from the race, and it inspired me so much. I think it was only like $35 to sign up for this race, and it went to charity, and it was the best $35 I had spent ever. That $35 turned into like a lifelong thing where I run now. And here's the thing, like it's not just looking at it as exercise. Like I look at it as like a psychological buildup. When I was stressed, okay, and I started training for my 5K, and I had like this plan and that I was following and stuff, and I would go out and run. I would tell myself that I cannot stop. I can slow down, but I cannot stop. And what this would do is, like, sometimes my plan would be like, you got to run 8 miles to plan to get ready for this race. And like at the time you're like, damn, 8 miles, like I can never run 8 miles. But when you get out there, it's crazy what happens with your body. You get through that first mile, you start warming up. You get through second and third, you start kind of feeling slow. Fourth and fifth, you kind of feel like you're on autopilot, and that's the thing about running. It kind of pushes you, it gives you 2 options. It pushes you to either run or quit. You either run or you quit. I like it more than lifting to release my stress and to find happiness, because honestly, I think that lifting, you have time to text your boo, you got time to you look in the mirror, take selfies, you get a notification, you're distracted now, someone walks up to you, starts talking. With running, you either run or you don't. And it is such a easy way to tap into your happiness. Just in the morning, 30 minutes, you can run a few miles in that time and completely activate your happiness. Second on this list is something you probably have never heard of, but it is understanding my sages and saboteurs. Okay, now there's a book I recommend called Positive Intelligence. I can't think of the author right now, but the book is called Positive Intelligence. You can go to positiveintelligence.com. If you scroll down to about middle of the page, there's an assessment, and they have an exam called the Sage and Saboteur exam. Now what this does, everyone has sages and saboteurs. You got to think about sages and saboteurs kind of like the devil on the shoulder and the angel on the shoulder, all right? The angel is your sage. The devil is your saboteur. Most people are living their life from their saboteur. All right. So imagine 70 to 80% of the time you have that devil in your ear, that little red guy on your shoulder telling you what to do, and you're actually listening to it. So positive intelligence, he's basically in the book and through the exam, it explains you so well. I mean, I kid you not, it explained me to the T, to like down to my childhood, on like why I operate, how I operate, and understanding that about myself helped me to instantly change my happiness. Because then I can, when I see negative thoughts, I can recognize them correctly, I can label them correctly, and I can put them away where they need to be, which is not in my brain. And then finally, number 3, and this is what I realized yesterday and why I got inspired to make this video, is number 3 on this list is you have to be a kid again, okay? Now, the reason why I got so inspired by this is because, when you get to a certain point with investing, entrepreneurship, you realize that you only need a few set skills to make sure that you have income for life. And at that point, it's really just like you need to just last as long as you can to make sure that you and your family are set for life. But once you have the skills, you don't have to worry about making money. You don't have to worry about your security. You don't have to worry about your certainty in those areas. But after that, you start thinking about what else is more? What more is there to life after, you're out of survival mode? I've been making good income for years, and I am just now experiencing a life of just true freedom mentally, where I'm not in a place of just survival mode, where I need to hustle, I need to figure things out. Okay, I actually have the skills, I have the things that I need, I have money, I have security to be okay. And I'm just now experiencing that. And so now that I'm thinking about the next step, it's okay, what makes me happy besides work? And you may be that at this point right now. And I think that whether you're still in that survival phase or not, I think it's best to wake up every day and ask your younger self, hey, what did you want? Like when you were young and youthful and you had so much wonder and vision and all this stuff, like what were your interests, your hobbies? What did you want to do out of life? So like when I look back at my life, I am the exact same person, and it is crazy. And the only thing that sucked that part out of me was the world and other people telling me what I should be and why and how I should act. So, okay, for me, like I've always been good with computers and internet and social media and stuff. Like that's always been me, you know, but I've never really been a guy that like clings well with the popular crowds. Like I've never been that type. I've always been the guy that's been known by those guys because, you know, I was always a sports guy and, you know, I'm kind of smart, you know, so I was always in those crowds kind of mixed in, but I never clashed well. And I see that today, like sometimes like I'll get upset with myself that I'm not interacting with people enough or I'm not getting out and shaking enough hands because some mentor online told me that I should to be successful, or I see other people doing it and that's making them so successful or whatever. But that kills my happiness because when I look at Kid Nemo, I have never been that person. And it's not that I am not capable. It's just knowing what you have always wanted. Another example is there was this game, and you probably know of it. It's called The Sims. I kid you not, I was obsessed with this game from, I would say, probably 11 years old until probably like 18, 19 years old. Like, I kid you not, it was like obsession. If they came out with a new one, I was buying a brand new computer just so I could fit that big ass program onto my computer. And I love this game because it gave me the ability to create a life for my sim people, and I could build their house just how I wanted it. And I used to go to school and I would build out the house on paper and go home and build the exact house on The Sims. Like I was that obsessed. And now that I think about my life, like I have been obsessed with the idea about building my own home soon. And you know, it's like giving myself the permission, you know, because me and my girlfriend, we've been going back and forth with the idea of it on like, should we buy our first home or should we build it? And I'm like, man, I kind of want to build this thing. And when it came down to making my decision on what would make me happier, now I could just ask my younger self, Nemo, what would you love to do? And younger Nemo would love to build his own home, like a sim, you know, like he used to do on The Sims. And I think that's the recipe, you know, truly, like that's the recipe to make sure like we are making decisions in life that are in the direction that are going to make us happy constantly. If you ask yourself, hey, what did I like to do? You might find that you like to paint when you were younger. You like to read all the time when you were younger. You like to bike all the time. Like I remember all the time I used to bike all the time. I kid you not, my running, I used to run all the time. Like I didn't have a car, you know, as a kid, so we used to just run everywhere, okay? So like it makes sense that I enjoy running. So you can find pastimes and things that'll make you happy by just going back, asking your younger self, and honestly, if you're smart enough, you can make a business idea out of them too. If you like this video, make sure that you smash that like button because honestly, let's make each other happy. Let's smash that like button for happiness. Make sure that everyone can see this video. Share this video for sure. Maybe if this video has helped you, maybe you can help somebody else to find their happiness and their joy in life. Make sure that you subscribe for all of my videos. And turn on my notifications because I'm dropping new videos every Monday and Wednesday. And then comment below the happiest thing that has happened for you in the last 30 days. Comment something that has made you happy, even if, no matter how big or small. Comment something that has made you happy, make someone's day, make someone smile. It's your boy Nemo. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and I will see you on the next vid.